Last week, I told you about the problem, the add more trap, the supplement stacking, the overwhelm. And maybe you're thinking, okay, Dr. Kylie, I get it. I'm doing too much. I'm listening to too many things, taking too many things, and not really making any progress with all this stuff. But what am I supposed to do instead? That's what today is about. We're going to talk about your metabolism. In fact, your metabolism isn't broken because you're missing a specific supplement. It's stuck because five core systems are disrupted. And when I say systems, I don't mean organs, I mean communication networks, hormones, signals, feedback loops that talk to each other constantly. When these systems are working, your body knows when to eat and when to stop. It burns fat efficiently, it regulates inflammation, it clears toxins, it gives you energy that lasts all day. But when they're disrupted, cravings, energy crashes, weight stalls, inflammation rises, and nothing you do seems to work. Here's the thing. These systems are responsive. They can be restored. You just need to know what they are and how to activate them. Today, I'm going to walk you through all five. By the end of this episode, you'll understand your metabolic map, the blueprint that controls everything, and you'll know exactly how to fix it. All right, let's dive in. Welcome to Unshakable Brain, your guide to an unshakable brain. I'm your host, Dr. Kylie, and my mission is simple: to help you grow a brain that's stronger, sharper, and unshakable in every part of your life. Each week, we explore the science, stories, and strategies to make that happen. This podcast is brought to you by Dr. Rewire's Brain DNA Test. Discover your unique genetic blueprint for optimal brain health. It's also, how's the right way to say this? As I mentioned last week, I want to tell you about a new platform called NABA, the Natural Art of Being Alive. It is a powerful healing community offering wellness journeys designed to help you upgrade your health. If you have lab markers outside my recommended values and you're looking for real solutions, NABA is where you want to go. Did you also know I have another podcast? It's called Pep Talk, Peptides Unpacked. We decipher the myths and the truths about advanced peptide therapy. You can find it now wherever you get your favorite podcasts. Whether you want to start one of these healing modalities or you're looking to grow your income streams as an entrepreneur by becoming an affiliate like I am, get started today at drkylieburton.com. Okay, your metabolism. Let's dive in. There we go. Okay, what is metabolism? If it's correlated to five core systems, what are they? First, metabolism, what most people think of it is calories in, calories out. It's not metabolism, that's accounting. Metabolism is a living network of signals, hormones, neural circuits, immune responses, all communicating constantly. When these signals are disrupted by modern life, the whole system breaks down. Your metabolism is affected by five core systems. System number one is called appetite and satiety. 2, cellular energy. 3, the gut-brain axis. 4, inflammatory tone. And 5, detoxification. Here's the thing though. These systems don't work in isolation. I've taught this for years. You can't just focus on one system. They need to be all working effectively, efficiently together for you to feel great. When one breaks, the others compensate until they can't anymore. That's when you hit the metabolic wall. Today, we're going to restore all five, not with 42 supplements, with precision. So, system number one, our appetite signaling. Your hunger and fullness signals. Here's the problem. Your appetite isn't random. It's controlled by 4 hormones. The first hormone is called ghrelin. That hormone signals hunger. I'm wanting food. That's ghrelin. GLP-1 is a fullness signal, meaning I'm satisfied. I can stop eating now. CCK is early satiety. I've had enough for now. And the other is leptin, long-term energy balance. We have enough stored energy. These hormones are supposed to work in harmony. When they're disrupted, you experience things like constant cravings, never feeling satisfied, eating past fullness, emotional eating, or what we refer to in the peptide podcast as food noise. It matters because you're not weak-willed, you're not failing at willpower. Your hormones are shouting conflicting messages at your brain, and no amount of discipline can override disrupted appetite signaling. The solution? Well, there's two options, which is beautiful. For system number one, the GLP-1 amplifier. This can be found within the metabolic activator journey from NABA. This one supplement restores proper hunger or fullness communication. It is not a high-dose pharmaceutical suppression. This is amplification of your natural hormone signals. It helps your brain hear what your body is actually saying. Now, for me, when I see that this one supplement is included in the metabolic activator journey, it captures my attention because I'm not one to struggle with overeating. I struggle with undereating, meaning when I start my workday, I don't eat till the day is over. I just am a caloric deficient individual, not a caloric in abundance individual. And I love food. It's just that I get going with my day and I'm like, oh shoot, it's 5 o'clock. I haven't drank and I haven't eaten. I'm doing better about the drinking thing, but it's the eating thing that still at like the end of 2025, I was like, I think I'm caloric deficient majorly from the entire year. So much so that my mom has asked me on a couple occasions, have you eaten today? You're losing weight. When I'm stressed, I don't eat. And I've been very stressed in 2025. So for me, I'm just hesitant to take the full-fledged microdose GLP-1 and GIP combination. I don't think that's the right thing for me. But inside this metabolic activator journey, when I have a GLP-1 amplifier, that could be cool. And as we've also discussed in the Pep Talk podcast, that GLP-1s are doing crazy, crazy, crazy things. Let me just drop one of these crazy things that's not related to weight loss. That's the coolest part about these GLP-1s is that, yes, they are being promoted like crazy for weight loss, but they do so much more than weight loss. I talked to a cardiologist a couple weeks ago, and the cardiologist told me that kidney dialysis centers, are closing their doors because dialysis is no longer needed after patients go on a GLP-1. Yep, they do way more than weight loss. System number 2, out of the 5 systems that affect your metabolism, impact your weight loss, impact your weight maintenance, impact your weight gain. System number 2 is cellular energy. Speaking of which, these things are called mitochondria. I want you to flash back to high school because I remember sitting in biology and we did these like cellular structures and we stuck one mitochondria on this ball of styrofoam. That is so inaccurate. It's crazy. There are thousands of mitochondria inside your cells. Your cell, making sure you understand this correctly. Your mitochondria are responsible for taking your food and converting it into energy in that lovely thing we once knew as the Krebs cycle. It takes your food and converts it into ATP for cellular energy. When mitochondria slow down, well, everything slows down. Insulin sensitivity drops, fat burning slows, inflammation rises, and you might feel exhausted, brain fog, and temperature irregulation. Cold when it shouldn't be cold. To turn this system back on, you need to flip the metabolic switch. That has two modes, burn or store. AMPK is the switch that flips between them. When AMPK is activated, your body burns fat for fuel, improves insulin sensitivity, increasing energy. When AMPK is suppressed, your body stores fat, resists insulin, conserves energy, and modern life keeps us stuck in the store mode. Now, mitochondria are super powerful, and so is NAD+. In fact, you can get NAD+ as a peptide injection, and I think it comes in a nasal spray. It might come in a sublingual. I can't remember, but that one's from my telemedicine platform where you can get advanced peptide therapy. Okay, so if you're wanting to go down that route this year, go to drkylieburton.com/shop and you can get started. Now, there's one other very, very important component besides AMPK that deals with the cells and your metabolic energy state at the cellular level, and that is NAD+. This is the fuel that drives mitochondrial function. And as we age, NAD+ naturally declines. Without adequate amounts of NAD+, mitochondria cannot produce energy effectively. Low NAD+ equals sluggish metabolism, poor energy, and accelerated aging. So ask yourself this: are you cold when you shouldn't be? Do you get cold hands, cold feet? Do you always need layers? That's a sign your mitochondria don't have enough fuel to burn. Your body is conserving energy because it can't produce enough. Now, like I said, I am more caloric deficient than I am caloric abundant because of my daily habits, which I'm going to work on this year and improve them. I know that when I tend to be cold, I think, oh, when was the last time I ate? If my body has nothing to burn and to use as fuel, of course I'm going to be cold. So what do we do to fix or to boost and heal our cellular energy, the system number 2 component of our metabolism? You've got two different options. Like I said, LEMD is where I would recommend you get NAD+, specifically if you're looking for that straight to the cell injection. If you want NAD+ platinum, that is found in the metabolic activator journey. This one supplement restores mitochondrial function, flips the AMPK switch from store to burn, increases cellular energy production, improves insulin sensitivity so that you stop feeling cold, foggy, and exhausted. If you're like me, you don't want to do the needles, even though I know many people say that they don't hurt. Still, I got to wrap my brain around it. So I'm thinking that the metabolic activator journey is the thing that I need to do this month to boost my metabolism, maybe cut some of this mom tummy, even though there's not much left after 2025, back just a little bit. But more importantly for me, I want the energy levels. And I have noticed my brain just, like, for example, I left my credit card at a restaurant in December. I never do that. Just simple things like that. My brain wasn't working at a top notch. So, cool things that we can do. It's up to you to pick which one you want to do and then join us before January 23rd so you can have your supplies, your goodies, to begin this journey with us on February 1st together as an unshakable brain community. Okay, system number 3, our gut-brain axis, which we have talked a little bit about on previous episodes. If you have leaky gut, you have leaky brain. Your gut and your brain are in constant conversation. They communicate through the vagus nerve. This is a direct neural highway. If you were to ask chiropractors and many functional medicine practitioners, they would say that nerve is probably the most important nerve in your entire body. They communicate through hormones like serotonin, 90% of which is produced in your gut. They also communicate through immune signals. Your gut houses 70% of your immune system. When your gut lining is irritated or inflamed, this communication gets distorted. What happens when our gut-brain axis breaks? Well, appetite cues become confused. Cravings increase. Water retention rises. Mood shifts. Energy drops. When gut lining integrity is compromised, larger food particles and toxins cross into the bloodstream. Your immune system sees these as threats and attacks. This triggers systemic inflammation, and if it goes on long enough, autoimmune diseases. Inflammation disrupts all metabolic signals: appetite, energy, fat burning, all of it. So, recap really quick here. System number 1, appetite signaling. System number 2, cellular energy. System number 3, the gut-brain axis. Your solution for the gut-brain axis, you guys, when I saw this as part of the metabolic activator journey, I was like, yes, 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 because the more I learn about BPC 157, the peptide, the more I'm like, everybody needs this, especially if you care about your brain, especially if you care about avoiding autoimmune diseases or recovering from them, if you're one of those people. Okay. The metabolic activator journey includes BPC 157 and KPV. Now, BPC 157 is the ultimate gut lining rebuilder. Think about it as a zipper. It's going to zip that gut lining right back up, just like it should be. And nothing on the market does this better than BPC 157. It is also crazy good at healing injuries. Want to learn more? Go to the Pep Talk podcast. But I can't stop talking about these peptides, so of course I'm going to weave them inside here, and I'm going to get into more than just the GLP-1s. Okay, so the solution is also BPC 157 KPV. It restores gut integrity, so nutrients get absorbed and toxins stay out. I can't tell you how many times people will say, I eat, but I don't feel like my body absorbs it. Okay, well, here's our solution. It calms immune overreaction. It restores proper gut-brain communication. When your gut heals, your brain gets clearer signals once again. Now, that is BPC 157 plus KPV. I don't know what KPV stands for. I should find that out. But that is found inside the metabolic activator journey. The metabolic activator journey, as you're learning from this, heals or improves or upgrades, I have to get the right word, upgrades your metabolism via all 5 of these systems that create our metabolism. You're not just taking it from one angle, you're getting it from all angles. And in my opinion, the 5th system is the most important. So system number 4, inflammatory tone. Inflammation isn't just feeling inflamed. It's a biochemical process that creates metabolic friction. Think of it like trying to drive with the parking brake on. I used to have a stick shift. In fact, I cursed the thing when I first got it. I couldn't drive the stick shift. And I wrote a few times where you try to get it right and you're driving with the park. Yeah, you can imagine. I got really good at it eventually. I took the stick shift when I was living in Portland, Oregon, to Seattle, Washington. I loved going to Seattle for weekends. I would go watch baseball games. And imagine driving a stick shift in Seattle with all of the hills. Bad idea. I did that one time. I'd never do it again. I just parked and then we walked places and rode the train. Okay. When you have high levels of inflammation, you can push the gas, exercise, diet, supplements, but you're not going to go anywhere. Just like trying to drive with the parking brake on. Inflammation sabotages your metabolism because it suppresses AMPK. It keeps you in store mode instead of burn mode. It disrupts insulin signaling, cells stop listening to insulin, and blood sugar rises. As it also impacts your cortisol. Cortisol gets increased. It is a stress hormone that promotes fat storage, especially around the middle. And inflammation increases cravings because inflammatory cytokines trigger hunger signals. Inflammation slows digestion. Gut motility decreases, bloating increases. So you look like you're, 15, 20 weeks pregnant when you're not. It also makes fat loss nearly impossible because your body won't release fat when it's inflamed. Inflammation can come from a variety of places, especially as we dive into our labs in the future episodes on this podcast. But specifically, gut irritation, chronic stress, poor sleep, processed foods, toxin exposure. Inside the metabolic activator journey, the solution for this is lipotone. Lipotone addresses inflammatory tone systemically, supports fat metabolism, improves insulin sensitivity, reduces metabolic friction, and when inflammation drops, everything else starts working again. So, system number 4 is the inflammatory tone. And inside the metabolic activator journey, you have lipotone to help upgrade your inflammation levels, meaning reduce them. And last but not least, system number 5 is our detoxification system. This is the problem which most programs miss. In fact, if you're just on a GLP-1 or a GIP or a combination of the sort, you need to do this program. So whether you're doing peptide therapy with your microdose of GLP-1 and GIPs, which I would highly recommend you do if you're thinking about it, but add in this process, this metabolic activator journey, at least once every 90 days, maybe once every 6 months, because you need the full systematic approach to get the highest benefit, and because of this one system specifically. When you burn fat, you release fat-soluble toxins that have been stored in adipose tissue. These toxins include heavy metals, pesticides, plastics, environmental pollutants. If these toxins aren't properly cleared, they recirculate in your bloodstream. Oh dear. What happens when toxins recirculate? Your body panics. It sees circulating toxins as a threat. So it does the only thing it can, stores them back in fat tissue to protect you. This is why people lose weight, feel terrible, and then regain it quickly. Your body is trying to protect you from your own toxins. The detox metabolism connection. Well, toxin recirculation slows metabolism. It increases inflammation. It disrupts hormone signaling. It makes your liver and kidneys work overtime. You can eat perfectly, exercise consistently, and still stall because you're not clearing the toxic mess. Like I said, if you have a friend, if you know somebody, if you are this person who's had some great weight loss, some great experience taking your microdose GLP GIP combo or just GLP-1s, you need to add this metabolic activator journey into your processes so that you can help all 5 systems and make sure you are eliminating the toxins. If you're thinking about the GLP-1s or the GIPs or that weight loss peptide journey specifically, maybe you want to think about doing this one first for 30 days and then bumping over to the peptide therapy itself. And then doing this once like every 90 days or 6 months. Make sure you clear these toxins. Okay. So again, your body is powerful. It is comprised of multiple systems that work together. It's not just one hormone system, one gut system, one cardiovascular system. There are systems that run together, and think about your metabolism is comprised of 5 systems. The metabolic activator journey within the NABA platform works so well because there's 5 formulas, one correlating to 5 systems. So it's one synergistic protocol, not 42 supplements, not addition, not activation, precision to help boost all 5 pieces of the puzzle so that your metabolism works the way you want it to work. Your path forward. Determine which one you want to take before January 23rd, so that way you have your goodies in the mail delivered to you before February 1st, so that we can all do our journey together as an unshakable brain community. Path number 1, the metabolic activator journey through NABA. Path number 2, microdose GLP-1 GIP through LEMD. Now you can get started. Where you need to go to get started on either one is drkylieburton.com/shop, and you'll get your direct links there. Make sure you use those links. Okay. Both places, you have incredible support. In the NABA community, you have your education and you have a community there. Within the LEMD platform, you have access to your practitioners for one-on-one calls and also a portal in which you can chat with them. Okay. I don't send you to these places and then expect you to DIY and just abandon you. I want to make sure that these places will take very good care of you and get you those results so that you can get off all this extra stuff that you're taking and just not getting where you want to go with it. Okay. So again, we are going to start February 1st, order by January 23rd. And then as we go along, I haven't figured out which journey I want to get started with yet, because you have the metabolic activator journey, as we've covered very well today. You have the cognitive journey, and then you have the detox journey. I know I'm going to do every single one of these over the next few months. It's just a matter of which one do I want to do and in what order. And maybe you're sitting in the same boat. So pick with the one that you want to do now, and then we'll do the next one again together in a little while. All right. Next week, we're diving into your labs, specifically the markers your doctor says are normal, but are actually screaming for help. We're going to dissect your metabolic panel, markers that are attached to your liver, kidneys, because these are detox organs. And I'm going to tell you what these numbers really mean so that you can understand whether or not the detox journey is what you need to start with. Okay, understanding your labs changes everything. Knowing what to do about them changes everything. Order your journey this week, grab your peptide therapy this week, and I'll see you on Thursday for our Brain Bite session. Let's activate your metabolism together, restore all 5 of these key systems, and let's do it together. I'm Dr. Kylie. See you soon.